Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the King and I Life podcast. It's me, your boy, Soul Touch of Poet, and my brother,
Soul Lex.
Yo, make sure, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that bell notification, and also check out the audio version of this exact episode. So, Soul Lex, what else you got for the peoples?
Yes, and of course, you guys, we got that Purple Gala coming up in October.
Oh yeah.
Just want to remind you guys of that. We'll keep you updated when we receive more information, but I'm still trying to keep it fresh in your brain. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, if you want to come on to the show, if you have any topics you want us to discuss, please feel free to hit us up at KINGANDDYE 369 at gmail.com. Again, that's KingandI 369 at gmail.com. Appreciate it, and we would love to have you on our platform if you want to come on.
Yes, indeed. So, before we jump back into the conversation, you had hit me up yesterday and was talking about the numbers. And I was like, yeah, man, I ain't look at the numbers in a couple of days. You was like, we over $5,000. I'm like, what? I was like, yo, we were just at 5,800 something, a couple of days ago when I looked at it. And that's a milestone for us. And I'm happy that we finally broke the 5,000 download mark. It seemed like it took forever to get there.
Yeah.
And then it popped, and it's like, yo, we had 5,000 downloads. I mean, if you look at how many episodes that we published, episode segments, however you want to look at it, a year's worth of podcasting. And we finally hit 5,000, but it's not like fine. It's like, wow, we hit 5,000.
Right.
Thank all y'all for tuning in and showing us love on that. So, I mean, I don't want to revel too much in that. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, we don't have any advertising dollars behind us. We don't have anybody, pushing us with certain agendas behind us. It's just, once again, me and Soul Touch spending every dime, that's needed outside of our own pockets to get this thing up off the ground and to get it to where it is now. I'm not telling you all this like I'm begging or pleading. No, I'm not. I'm just simply saying that, everything we do is off of our own blood, sweat, and tears, as they say. So, again, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in and showing support. And I can't even tell you how many countries we're in now. I want to say the last we looked at it was like, was it 30 something?
I don't know.
I want to say. So, anyway.
It's a lot. 35 countries.
Yeah, we just want to say thank you to all of our listeners, and we appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's dive back into this conversation, man. So we was talking about growing up under democracy and, different governments that we really don't have too much experience in, but we have a little knowledge in. But let's talk about the countries where we've lived and visited.
All right.
You want to run off some of yours first or whatever?
Okay. So I've lived in Germany twice.
Mm-hmm.
I visited Mexico, Aruba, Grand Cayman, Bahamas, Dubai, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Brazil, and Panama. And I'm sure there's quite a few more, but I can't think of them right now. Puerto Rico was another place I visited, and I was there for, I think, 3 days, and I loved it. I'm like, I might have to move here. But those are just a few of the places, that I've actually lived on the outside of the country or visited for a few days.
Okay. So let's see. For me, I've lived in Germany. I've been to Russia. I've been to Spain. I've been to England. I've been to Qatar. I'll go ahead and count Iraq and Kuwait since I've been there, even though it was on deployment. I've been to Costa Rica, Canada, been to Belize, Costa Maya on a cruise, those two, and I can't remember the third place that I went to on the cruise. Those are all the countries I've been to. Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to Iceland in March, so that's gonna be the next one. So
yeah.
So
real Tupac.
Yeah, so of all the countries that you visited or lived in, if you could put if you could put one on the top, which one would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Because it's a lot that goes into it, and it's like it's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, I would say, right now it'd be a close tie for first place with Dubai and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Like, the only thing about Dubai though is if you wanted to live there, you would have to work for someone or be in some type of a partnership with someone, and you could never own land there
as an American,
as a foreigner. Period. You can't own property.
I can dig it.
You can only work there until you're 65. Once you hit 65, you have to leave the country.
For a foreigner?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. Like, that's one thing I do admire about that country is you cannot own property there, and you cannot come there and live the rest of your life. If you do, you have to be basically sponsored by someone. Meaning like your son or your daughter, and they have to prove that they can take care of you.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's one way they definitely keep the wealth within their own nation.
That's dope. I think that's dope.
Yeah,
I really do think that's dope.
Heck yeah,
I can respect that.
Yeah,
I really can respect that. Yeah, man. If I could pick one, I would have to right now. I would have to say Costa Rica. And I say that because that is the one that I went to as an adult and really, really, really got to experience it. Yeah. I mean, the one thing about Costa Rica, and I guess I could say this about any country down there, is that the seafood and the fruit is so damn fresh. So fresh. I mean, the air feels so light. I mean, to visit there, it was refreshing. It was like, wow, I'm down here. The weather's great. The people are great from what I experienced.
right.
The culture is great. It's just a whole different atmosphere. I mean, I totally enjoyed it.
And that's one of the things that I like about, not limiting myself to staying within the confines of our country. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you go to different countries, you really get to see what it's like for them, and partake in their festivals and their culture, and get to know the people. And I've been, well, shall I say, we've been fortunate enough to been able to meet some great people along our path.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely plan to do more traveling before I have to sit my tail down somewhere, as they say.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I dislike the fact that a lot of people within the confines of our country just feel like this is it. I still have some people from
Who
my
ain't been off they
small,
block?
my small hometown, that the further they may have gone, it's like one or two cities over, or
That's
towns over,
crazy.
and that's like,
Are you
dude,
serious?
like it's a
You
whole
gotta
other
be nah.
world
You
out here.
joking, bro?
I wish I was, bro.
You joking?
I wish I was.
You joking?
They seriously just don't have a desire to go anywhere.
You joking? Like, you gotta be joking.
I wish I was.
Yo, look, you know what? So I was in Germany from 87 to 91. And again, while I was over there, I got to go to Russia, Spain, and England. And the thing about it is, although I didn't have the mindset to really appreciate it,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated it. For instance, when I went to Russia like 7th or 8th grade for a school trip. The one thing that was a downside was, my mother didn't have a lot of money to send me over there with, so I wasn't really able to get a lot of souvenirs and stuff.
Yeah.
And we went to Moscow and Leningrad. And it was like I wasn't able to really, just soak it in.
Right.
When I went to London, that was the first NFL game over there, which was the Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. But that was a day trip. And that was just a football game. So I mean, I got to be there, but I didn't get to be there. Spain was, the trip that we went to every year, but I didn't really get to enjoy that because Jokers was head hunting for Mannheim people. So I had to kind of lay low key. Like, I had to lay low key because Jokers was like, hey, we're gonna find the man. I'm like, oh Lord. So I want to go back to Spain. I want to go back to England. I wouldn't mind going back to Russia, but I'm not too pressed on that because of the way things are.
Right.
But the thing about it is when you get to experience these places, I'll put it like this. For us to be military brats and travel and lived in several different states and were able to live in different countries, when you talk about, people in your hometown that ain't been nowhere no further than one or two cities away, it's crazy. Because like I'm from New York, and it's like I know people who ain't left the city.